Jumping over the Pirates and Princesses, The Acolyte. The Acolyte was the number 2 Disney Plus show in 2024. So why was it still canceled? This is coming out. So I've seen many articles and the people upset with Star Wars show was canceled due to low viewership. The Acolyte is reportedly the second most watched show of 2024, but that is the issue. It was for 2024, which saw lower viewership on these shows. So data comes from Luminate Data. They are a third-party source, because I know you were going to ask the question, Justin, who actually went through and reviewed all the different streaming services and then made their list and such. These are all based on numbers from Nielsen, from Disney, they're compiling all of it. So we actually look into the article side first. Which compiled a list of shows and viewing times for 2024. The information on the chart is compiled from data between December 29th, 2023 to December 31st of 24. Here are the top shows. Are you going to scale right? Are you going to scale it all? There it goes. So this is the Disney Plus top 10 TV shows for 2024. Percy Jackson, the first season, with 3,000 million minutes watched. Released in December 23. The Acolyte, 2,600 million minutes watched. Agatha All Along, 2,200 million minutes watched. Echo, 1,500 million minutes watched. X-Men 97, 1,400 million minutes watched. Star Wars The Bad Batch, 923 million minutes watched. Skeleton Crew, 914 million minutes watched. Ahsoka, 841 million minutes watched. Mandalorian Season 3, 811 million minutes watched. Mandalorian Season 1, 693 million minutes watched. The sad part is Mandalorian Season 1 is still on this list.
Yeah.
That's been a while.
Is that good? Back when Star Wars was good.
So it did well for 2024, but that does not mean it's good enough to warrant the huge spending on Season 2. How does this compare to other Star Wars shows? Here's the issue. Mandalorian Season 3. The Acolyte only has 5.5 weeks of data. So this is comparing the total minutes watched for the first 12 weeks of show. It only has 5.5 weeks because it kind of fell off the chart by that point. The chart was created a little more than halfway through the year, comparing the shows apples to apples for 12 weeks. Gave us a better idea of how each performed. So, Mandalorian Season 1 is just shy of 6.5 billion minutes. Book of Boba Fett in 12 weeks.
Jesus
Christ.
Wait, that was Season 1, right?
That was Season 1.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Never mind.
No, that's
Season 3.
That was Season 3. The Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, had just over 6 billion.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi had just over 5 billion. Andor had over 4 billion. Ahsoka had over 4 billion. The Acolyte had over 1 billion.
What is that little marker? 1.5. So it would have been at like 3. So yeah.
That said, in the almost 7 months since The Acolyte premiered, it only reached 2.7 billion minutes watched, which is far behind the other shows the chart only shows the first 12 weeks of.
Yeah.
So it means after 12 weeks, which is 3 months, it barely got to that marker. It still did not even compare to Ahsoka, which already was canceled because of its low viewership because it couldn't get enough views also. In fact, Luminate said the following regarding the shows of 2024. 2024 saw diminishing returns for some of the best properties Disney Plus.
Biggest
properties on Disney Plus, thank you. Both live-action Marvel TV series Echo and Agatha All Along underperformed when compared to 2023 series like Loki and Secret Invasion. Both these 2024 titles also underperformed compared to Percy Jackson and the Olympians, a late 2023 release. Percy Jackson is a known IP based on beloved novels, but the only screen adaptations are the 2 films, 2010 and 2013. The franchise had never been given a faithful author-approved adaptation. Clearly, this would apply the Star Wars franchise when we see the drop off of shows pre 2024 to the Acolyte in 2024. So, again, these are the things that we've already said before. Acolyte didn't have the viewership, but to be fair, again, they talk about overall. We're going to jump to our next article, which still does relate, and this is over at that Park Place for Rings of Power Season 2. So just showing that we're not just hating on the Acolyte. So Rings of Power Season 2 lost 60% of the first season's audience, according to the same article. Lumina TV.
With that, this is the Lord of the Rings one, right?
This is the Lord of the Rings one.
I watched the first episode of the first season, and that's all I've ever seen of it, and I really like Lord of the Rings. So.
Correct. So.
I had a hard time following it.
You broke up there. What was that?
I had a hard time following it.
Okay.
I understand it's different in watching the first one. I just had a hard time and then never got back into it.
So the Lumina TV and film report for 2024 paints a grim picture for the Amazon's Ring of Power, with Season 2 performing a staggering 60% worse than its predecessor. Despite Amazon's effort to spin the narrative, the billion-dollar series appears to have been abandoned by a significant portion of its audience, cementing its place as one of the most costly entertainment failures in recent history. So, minutes watched. We're not going to go all the way through this one like we did the other one, because we're just going to use this as, again, a reference and such. Minutes watched for Marvel series and Lord of the Rings in the first 12 weeks of activity.
Oh, wow.
The Rings Season 1, almost 8,000 million minutes watched. So that'd be almost 8 billion minutes.
Yeah.
Ring Season 2, about in the 3 billion mark.
3.5.
Loki season 3.5, right in there. Loki season.
There's lines right above 4 if you look closely. So maybe between 3.5 and 3 3/4.
Well, this line is 2. That's 4. So it's a little
right.
over
I see
3.
That. Yeah, you're right.
Secret Invasion, about 3. Agatha All Along, just over 2. Echo didn't even make it 2. So that kind of shows, I mean, that's such a big drop off. And unfortunately for Disney, who has everything else of this chart, they didn't compete at all against Season 1. I'm curious what happened between the 2 seasons. But as you put it, Jamie, you didn't even understand it.
I had a hard time following it. I have a question, though.
Yes.
There was so much advertising for the first one. I saw no advertising for Season 2 of
I don't even know that it got greenlit or released a second season.
And that's the same, because I knew that there was a first season, but I never knew about a second.
And then
I never knew about its second season.
With a lot of the other Marvel shows, I don't see advertising for it. Do you guys?
I was going to talk about that when we hit our next article, because I assume you have your next one queued up, talking about the same thing.
Actually, I had that one later, but we can pull it forward.
Yeah, pull it up now, because that fits in now.
Okay. So, keeping with this...
Go ahead.
Because we're still continuing the conversation. So keeping with this, over at WDW News today, because I had to go through 3 different places to find all these, this one just came out maybe an hour ago as of recording.
Oh, this is not what I thought you were going to do.
I don't know what you had found.
There was another article about, maybe it was that one, that Rings of Power one. Maybe it was that one.
Yeah. Okay. Was, but...
So what I was going to say, Jamie, is that Agatha, in the scope of the Marvel Universe, to a casual fan, is a C-tier character.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you are comics hardcore fan, you knew going into that show that what was going to happen was going to be important, and obviously it was. I'm going to avoid spoilers here unless nobody cares.
I've
Go for
seen
it.
it all.
You have?
Yeah, I've watched all of that.
Yeah, so you know about Wiccan. Wiccan's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Pause
Okay.
for a second.
Pausing.
Jamie, before we go on, Justin and I have already told the internet our opinion. Your opinion of Agatha, then I'll let you go back into a job.
The first one felt like it. The first episode felt like they were trying to make a fun and tie it in with WandaVision, because it was like a TV show. It really wasn't important. I enjoyed watching it, but I also had it on as background noise. But to be fair, whenever I'm watching a lot of stuff, a lot of times it's one background noise. So I thought it was interesting. I did not watch it as it was coming out. I watched it about midway through, got caught up, fell behind again, then like binge watched it.
Okay.
I'm a little
out of 5 bananas.
5 bananas. Ooh, I'd give it a solid 3, just mid tier. It was
Okay.
I like.
George, what was my? Do you have my scores readily available?
I don't.
Okay, I think I was at a 3 or a 3.5 as well. Is where
I think you were about a 4.
I don't think I was that high on it.
You over
Okay, Dookie Demon.
every episode you were overhyped for. I was sitting closer to 2.5 to 3 is where I ended up coming in at.
Yeah.
So
it was okay.
It was okay.
I don't read the comics. I had no clue it was coming. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I knew kind of what was coming. I also know, again, it's been a long time since I've read those comics. It also didn't do too much of keeping to the comics. It did do its own version of the story, which I'm not mad at. Story, you can do that. I don't think the story was well written, which is probably why it went through so many rewrites and so many name changes continuously, because they didn't know how. They knew where they wanted to end. They didn't know how to get there. They didn't know that. They knew where they were starting, where they were going. The middle part, it really felt like they kind of kept coming up with along the way, or we could see parts of different scripts that, oh, this part was good, this part wasn't. We'll drop this part. We'll pull over here from this other script that was good. Just
they could have been so much better, but it could have been so much worse.
It could have been way worse. It could have been Secret Invasion.
Okay. Continue where you were, Jub. Sorry for interrupting you.
So, Agatha is like a C tier character, unless you know what that show was going to be going in. Sorry, the washing machine's loud. I don't know if it's picking up on my mic. Sorry.
It is a little bit, but it's fine.
And then Echo had like zero marketing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know it was out until I was catching back up on everything.
You're scrolling through Disney Plus and say, wait, what's this? And then, unless you watch Hawkeye, you have no clue who the character is. I think it's an interesting concept. I haven't watched it yet. I want to watch it. I've just been watching One Piece.
Also, it is lower because it's only 6 episodes as opposed to 10 like those other series are. It is only 6 episodes, and I believe they're like 30 minutes each as well.
So it's just a shorter show in general.
Yeah. But since we already went down this road, and we might as well continue down the road. So this is coming back over from WDW, not the Witches Road. We don't need to go down that road. But coming out of WDW news today, Agatha All Along on Disney Plus is ending after 1 season, according to the show co-star. So, according to show co-star Patti LuPone, there will not be a second season on the Marvel Cinematic Universe show Agatha All Along. LuPone reportedly broke the news to Andy Cohen's Series XM podcast, Andy Cohen Live, saying that the showrunner, Jack Sheffer, told her, "I don't do second seasons." Disney has not publicly stated that the show will not return for a second season as of January 28th, though.
Yeah, I saw this as well. She also went on to say, Jack Schaefer here. I believe I'm quoting something that I saw on Twitter, so I might be wrong. But she also said that she was approached for a WandaVision season 2 as well, but she turned that down as well.
Okay.
Really quick,
So
I want to be sure I'm clear on this. The actress who plays Agatha said she wouldn't do season 2 of WandaVision or
No.
season.
no, it was Patty LuPone who played what was her name?
I'm trying to think.
The one witch where her trial was like where they were dressed as like the witches and they had like the tarot reading and there was swords on the ceiling. I don't remember her name, but
Oh,
her
the older one,
The
yes.
fortune teller.
fortune teller lady. Got it. Thank you.
That was a short one.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was just something quick that came out. It doesn't
I saw
surprise
that.
me
No, it doesn't surprise me either.
because we just saw the watch minutes that they weren't getting necessarily the watch minutes I think they needed for the cost of the show. And I think
And
that's
I
the biggest
don't-
thing with Acolyte it's come out that it's cost almost what was it, like $500 million
Oh my god.
or something like that, and it had no viewers. Yes, there were viewers out there, and if you like the Acolyte, more power to you. I personally did not.
I'm still
But
behind. I haven't seen it.
whenever you decide to sit down and watch it, you tell me, and I will.
Yep, you told me.
I will watch it with you again. Justin will watch it too because Justin wants to
No.
go through all that.
No, I
Yeah,
hate Star
no,
Wars.
I
I might be buying
don't-
a Star Wars skin in Destiny though.
don't hate Star Wars, but I don't like where current Star Wars is. Is that a good way to put that?
Yeah.
I think the best Star Wars that I've seen recently has been Mandalorian and Bad Batch.
Mandalorian is all of it, or Mandalorian is just one of the seasons?
Especially the first season.
Okay.
I
Bad Batch was good.
They did really good with clones. With clones,